Hey everyone, it's the season of holidays, which happens to be the word starting with H for today's video story. So what are you busy with? Are you busily shopping, buying gifts, or perhaps making your favorite cookies and pastries for your loved ones? Do you know there is a dessert that is a cross between a cookie and a cake that is warm and moist to the mouth and is celebrated in America and globally? Yes, today happens to be Brownie Day. Now, everybody craves and indulges in brownies in the kitchen pantries, in parties, and in cookbooks. But do you know there is a story behind the origin of brownies about 100 years ago? In 1893, there was a wealthy socialite and philanthropist by the name of Bertha Palmer. Her husband owned a famous Palmer House Hilton Hotel in Chicago, USA. At the time, Bertha was on the organizing committee for a world fair called the World's Columbians Exposition. And that event celebrated the 400th anniversary of Christopher Columbus' arrival in the New World, and it drew 27 million visitors. Bertha wanted to create a small unique dessert to be given to the attendees of the Women's Pavilion at the exposition. So she gathered her chefs at the Palmer House Hilton Hotel and told them that she wanted a dessert that tastes like cake but small enough to be packed into a lunchbox for the attendees of the Women's Pavilion to bring home. So the chefs finally produced a dessert that was to become one of America's most iconic eats. It was a super rich chocolate dessert with a fudge chocolate taste. And 3 years later, this dessert was named as Brownies in the American cookbooks. And the range of brownies was to expand across the centuries and over the years to include apple glazed, walnut brownies, and blonde brownies. Now, what happened to the chocolate brownie that was created in the Palmer House kitchen? Well, this dessert has actually lived to a ripe old age, and today the hotel, Palmer House Hilton Hotel, is still serving this dessert to its guests on the 8th of December every year on Brownies Day. Now, what you have heard is the official story on the origin of brownies. And now, let me tell you a story about home-baked brownies. In the 1980s, there was a little girl who was so bad in baking. She didn't know the right ingredients to use, how to knead the dough, or how to set the right temperature in the oven. She was just completely lost and clueless. And 1 week before the home economics exam, the teacher called her aside and looked her in the eye. "Samantha, you are hopeless. You better study hard and pass your exams. If not, I want you to bake a cake for each of your 15 classmates as punishment." Samantha broke into cold sweat. After class, she ran home as fast as she could to seek SOS from her mother. So every night, she practiced very hard to perfect her baking. The mother would patiently but sternly guided her how to knead the dough, do the cake mixing, and regulate the right temperature in the oven. On the examination day before Samantha headed to school, her heart was heavy. A warm, inviting hand patted her back. "Sam, you can succeed. You can do well. I want you to go there, focus, and bring me back an edible cake," her mom said. Tears began to swell in Samantha's eyes. She picked herself up and headed to school. And at 9 a.m. in the home economics classroom, the teacher handed down the assessment sheets to all the students. Samantha flipped to page 2 of the assessment sheet, and it read, "Chocolate brownies." She took a deep breath, composed herself, and let her calm mind guide her to carry out the procedure of making the chocolate brownie. Little did she know that she managed to bake this brownie on time. It was a little uneven on the surface, but it was moist, and most importantly, it was edible. So who is this Samantha girl that I've been talking about? Well, Samantha is me, and this is my story. And from that day onwards, I started a new ritual, and that is to bake brownies for my mom during all the special occasions, her birthdays, Christmas, and Chinese New Year. What have I learned from this story? I've learned to be humble in improving my weaker spots. I've learned to show appreciation to the people who love me and want me to succeed. And of course, I've learned to bake amazing brownies and go creative with the recipe. Well, I hope this story has warmed your heart, and I'm certainly craving for some brownies now. How about you? Oh, wait. I do have one brownie right now. Alright, give us a like, share with us in the comments what is your favorite brownie, and do go and share this video with your family and friends. Now for tomorrow, find out what is the next video story we have for you, starting with the letter I. I'm really wondering, what would that story be? Tune on to Stories That Matter to find out more. So enjoy your night, but I'm going to indulge in this brownie. See you soon!